Well, I'm standing here with Chuck Pfeffer. He's the Executive Chairman for the Coordinate Metrology Systems Conference. Welcome, Chuck.
Well, thank you.
And he is the Chairperson for the 2012 conference. And what we're doing is having a little chat about some big picture issues. So, Chuck, it seems to me that this convention, this group of people has changed significantly over the last decade or so in terms not just in the growth of people, but in terms of their expectations. Would you speak to what sort of changes the attendees are looking for in this conference?
Yeah, well, we have experienced continuous growth throughout the life of the conference, and even in the last 10 years, an accelerated growth. We've actually attracted a diverse group. There's a core group here that comes every year, and these are the real leaders in the industry. These are the cutting edge people that are pushing the limits on what they can do with the technology, and then the exhibitors are coming here to provide that technology to meet those needs. But also recently we've had a large influx of new users of this equipment as sort of the baton is passed in a lot of these companies where new blood is coming in. And so this year we have 90 people. We asked this morning everyone to raise their hand. We had a huge group in there this morning at the plenary session of new people, the first time at this conference. So they're coming to learn from those experienced core people who are here every year, and also come and see the great exhibit hall of all the great technology.
Now, this morning I heard one of the speakers in the plenary session. He was talking about the growth in the industry, and I think I heard the word exponential. And not just in terms of the number of people that came here, but in terms of the use of portable 3D metrology.
Sure.
What's going on in that, and what's fueling that growth?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's an efficiency in using the portable systems, and a lot of these companies have grown from $10, $20 million companies to $250 million companies just in the last 10 years. And what we're seeing is that more and more customers need the information on the floor where the parts are being built, where the parts are being assembled. So there isn't time or availability to move a part to an expensive room or to a different part of the plant. So portable means that you can bring this equipment right where it's needed, solve the problem, and keep moving. So there's such an efficiency in it. And in many cases, the equipment here is less expensive even than the bigger fixed machinery that was used before. So it's just economic advantage to have the portable flexibility in your plant.
And how do you see all the exhibitors in this hall? How are they responding to those kind of challenges?
Well, I mean, I think the demand that they see is for smaller, faster, lighter, which is a typical thing. You're talking about things portable, that's always going to make it better. But one of the key things that you'll see walking through the exhibit hall, over the last 5 years, a lot of this portable stuff has gone from contact probing to non-contact probing. So it's not, now you're talking about scanning and not probing at all. So if you just look down the aisle, I mean, nearly every booth has some form of non-contact product, as well as the more traditional contact inspection material.
Okay. And in terms of the measurement study, I see this is kind of a central piece that's been talked about this morning. What is the purpose and the structure of this measurement study?
Right, well, we started the measurement study 2 years ago, and we wanted to look at how behaviors impact measurement. We have a lot of great technology here, a lot of great instrumentation, and it's all certified and calibrated so you know it's accurate. But there's still a dependence on how you use that. So we started small, we started with hand tools, and we did a measurement study to see how behaviors impacted the results. And we found that when we let people measure whatever they wanted, however they wanted, they got some pretty erratic results, even though the equipment was very good and accurate. And when they got some instruction and they understood what they were doing, they got much better results. So 2 years ago we did that with hand tools, and last year we did that with some of the higher tech equipment that we have in the booth this year, articulated arm CMMs and laser trackers. So that was looking at how the behaviors impact the measurement process. This year we took it a step further, and we're looking at the importance of actually testing people on their competence. So the importance of practical testing on this same equipment. And the purpose of this is to see if we can come up with an examination, a hands-on examination, to see if someone can prove their proficiency on this equipment.
And is that part of a larger scheme? I mean, what's the purpose of that, proving my proficiency at various technologies?
Right. So in parallel with that effort that I described, we've also been developing a certification program. So 4 years ago, we've heard the demand from our membership that there's no way to prove that someone has a capability with this equipment. So we started a path to create a certification program for 3D coordinate metrology.
All right. Now, you are, at the end of this week, the outgoing chairman of the CMSC, and Rob MacGyver is your vice chair now that will be stepping in their shoes. Right. What advice do you have for him come this Friday?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for me was becoming an author. I didn't realize that was a big part of this, but the CMS has 4 online and 2 printed publications that we do in conjunction with Quality Digest as our publisher. And so Rob's going to need to come up with 6 great articles, and so he should start thinking now about what he might be writing about next year.
Have you volunteered your efforts to support him in that?
No, I will not help him write that. I think, I don't want him to sound too much like the stuff I wrote. So
it's part of his growth, huh?
Yeah. So.
All right, thank you. I've been talking to Chuck Pfeffer. He's the executive chairman for the Coordinate Metrology Systems Conference this year. In his spare time, he is the director of product management for 3D systems at FARO Technologies. I'm Jeff Doerr for the Quality Digest. Mike, Dirk, back to you.